What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to episode 25 of Let's Build the U.S.S. Enterprise A 2.0 tutorial. I'm Zero Elite, and I just want to thank you guys for tuning in today's episode. If you can help me out, hit that like and subscribe button. Greatly appreciate it. Today we've got about a 23-minute episode, and we're just going to be trying to knock out the last of the stuff that we have left to do on the Enterprise A. So without further ado, let's kick back, relax, we're going to dive right into this thing. So in the last episode, we were working on shaving off or making the pylons more flush with the lower hull. And we're almost there. The sides look pretty good. But now if you look down here in this area, it's not exactly flush here. There's a bit of a lip. So we're going to be kind of working on that today. We're trying to get this more flush together. And then we'll also be working on getting the nacelles, the engines, fully closed in. So let's go ahead and get this going. And all we're basically going to be doing is taking our existing template and we're just going to be bringing it over. That's pretty much what we're going to be doing here in a nutshell. Alright, just keep that going all the way back. Don't necessarily worry about all those extra cuts. We're just going to do this one row at a time. We're going to add another row here. And what that's doing, it's deleting the lip. You see? But we still have one down here. I don't always do the same thing or show it on both sides, but I think I ended up including this just because making some significant changes here to the lower hull, and kind of want to make sure that we're all on the same page with it. But as always, just keep with the practice. If you do one thing on one side, you want to do it on the other side. This way you make sure that you're nice and consistent, and follow your line work. That'll be your great indicator here, so that this way you can just apply it to the other side. I had some catching up to do on that side, so I'm not going to do all of it. I'm just going to go ahead and skip ahead. And what we're going to do right now, sorry about that. What we're going to do, we're basically just adding in some more line work along the pylon, just to make it stick out a little bit more and make that line work a little bit more prominent. You'll see exactly what I mean when we finish this up. And again, we're not doing anything fancy, just following our following the cut. And see, it brings that out so much more. It pops. Looks pretty good. Okay, so let's continue on from where we left off, bringing this over. And at this point, what I'm doing is I'm letting the cuts that are here kind of dictate where it's going. There's kind of a lip right there, but that might be negligible. we're just going to continue on. And once we get all the way down, we're going to reevaluate what we have. Okay. It's looking all right. That gap right there is sticking out to me. That looks a little bit better. I think we need to bring that down more along the sides here, maybe. Because you don't want it to look flat. Really only in the middle here. That's the only place we really want to have too much flatness. This keeps sticking out to me, so we're going to have to fix that. Alright, and I'm going to bring it out again. And I wish there was an easier way to describe what we're doing. We're just trying to make it as flush as we can, merging the lower hull with the pylons. What I want to do now is we're going to do the same thing for the lower part of the lower hull that we did for the pylons, adding in that pinstriping to try to bring out that line a little bit more prominently. I think that'll help us out a little bit too. Alright, let's zoom out and take a look. That actually looks pretty good. I like that. I think that's about as close as we can do. Right here, that looks slightly funky because there's not a cut there, but I think that we can get away with it. So right now we're just going to move on. We might revisit that later on, but you want to make sure they repeat that same process on the right side, and then we're going to dive right into the engines. And we're just going to be going off of our inner last cut that we had on the sides, and we're going to be adding another row to that. So I'm just bringing that all the way back, and I'm just fully following the outline. All right. That looks pretty good. Then we're going to go under. And then we're going to bring this existing row out by one now too. So you can see now that we're taking our existing outline and we're stretching it out a little bit. All right, that's looking pretty good. And now this lip that we have, you can see we're just going to get rid of it. And then our highest cut, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to bring that out by 1. And we took the lip off the front. I want to make sure that we do it on the back too. Now the reason I'm going inside and cleaning this out, I just want to make sure that my template is matching as close as I can to what we had before when it was one closer in. Just be very careful when you're deleting like this, because I've done it before and you just keep on going way past what you intended to stop at. You might ask why it's so beneficial to have this outline, and it really is, because it's going to ensure that our line work remains on par and it's consistent for both sides. Because once you have your template in place, we're literally just going to repeat this now on the right side engine. So you want to make sure you go ahead and do that, and then we're going to be picking up on the next steps. I'm doing that in patterns of 4, I believe, just so you don't think I'm just blasting the placement of that. That doesn't look too bad. I like that. I like that it has that stretch at the top, and it's in gray. It looks pretty cool. Doesn't seem like it, but we actually have a lot to do on this build. But the good thing is that um, really once we start getting the shapes fully together on what's left, it'll really start going quick because we'll be wrapping up the overall shape of the engines today, but we're going to come back to them with detail later on and update them a little bit. And then we've also got to wrap up the shuttle bay. That doesn't look too bad. It's important to zoom out and look at your ship from different angles and look at your reference material so that this way you're ensuring that your proportions are matching up versus your reference material. Okay, so we're going to be going down and in one with the cut. We're going forward. And then we're also going to work on the back. Looks pretty good. I don't know. That extra lip might be too much. Maybe we just bring it across with what we have. I'm going to get rid of what I added in the back too. I'm not gonna lie, I took a risk on these engines because as far as the silhouette of the ship goes, um, all I really did is I took the front end of the Constitution refit engines, and then the back end I just made them more into a point. So in essence, it's still kind of the same design, it's just a little bit more sleeker, I think, you know. I like that. Now we're going to go on the inside and add another layer too. And as long as you're following your cut line here, you're in good shape. I didn't go all the way around there. You want to make sure that you do that too. Yeah, so we're just gonna have to go row to row and fill this in. This will go quick though, because there's not a ton of real estate to go through. We're also going to close on the inside too. You're going to want to do that for both engines. I'm almost messed up there. And you can see by the end of today's episode, we're not going to have a ton of detail in here on the engines. We're really just going to kind of get the gist of what we're going to be going for, but not what we're going to land at. It looks okay. So you want to make sure that we do that on both the inside and the outside, both engines. And I think what we're going to try to do is that gray line, we're going to try to bring that all the way back and see how it looks. But that's looking pretty good so far. I think that's going to do it for us today. We shot through the 23 minutes really quick. But yeah, we're just going to be plugging away, getting this done episode to episode. But I hope you guys enjoyed this entry, and if you did, please make sure to drop a comment, hit the like button, subscribe. Greatly appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys in the next episode. And of course, what did you make today? Post your photos in the Discord and drop your comments below.